Good morning, good morning. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Morning Cuppa from frozen Nashville, Tennessee. Hi, everybody. Hi, Deirdre. Let's see who we got. Andrea, good morning. Thank you for sharing. Sherry, Julie, Sally, and Tony, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Oh, thank you for the love. Thank you for so many hearts that I see going up. All right, let's do some heart brain coherence, why don't we? Hand on the heart and breathe in. Slow down your breathing. Sigh that breath out as your body realizes your heart's talking to your brain and it's telling it it's a great day to have a great day. And then do it again. Put a smile on your face and pull somebody into your heart. Just pull some love right in there, right now. Doesn't that feel good? To share love in the morning, to hold somebody in your heart and say thank you, I love you, to whoever it is that you want to acknowledge. And we have Kathy Hand this morning. Leo, good morning. Annie 7, I'm so glad you're here. And Sally, you're in another winter storm warning until Friday, and you're freezing. Oh, you know what? We're supposed to have a really good day here, weather-wise, and in all other ways, too. It's supposed to get up into about 50 today. So that would be a welcome change because we've started out in the 20s. I don't know what it is right now, but I know it's cold. It's 32 right now, so yeah, I can handle that. I can handle getting up into the 50s, so hopefully it won't be so bad where you're at. Good morning, Brandy. Oh, thank you, Deirdre. Yes, I know. I didn't even realize I was going into a different time zone until I was traveling here. And yeah, it's weird to be in the same state in a different time zone, but it's okay. Oh, hi, sweet Grayson. Thank you for being here, honey. All right. How about we do a story time and a Kuan Yin before we do prayers because it is, guess what day it is? It is prayer day. And I have updated the prayer list. So hopefully it will be the way it needs to be this morning. Good morning, Brookie and Dylan and sweet baby Max. Hi, Max. Thank you for being here. All right, let's do story time. We haven't done it in a bit because the show has not been on for a bit. But the message is a biscuit is just a biscuit. Let's see what the angels are talking about. Make everybody hungry this morning. All right, here we go. If you align expectations with reality, you will never be disappointed. That's by Terrell Owens. I am visiting Nashville this week with a dear friend, Ruth, and her sister. The three of us went out this morning in search of a restaurant that serves biscuits at Annie's request. Now, I grew up in the country, and my mama made biscuits, the real deal. She made them from scratch my entire childhood and was still making them when I left home to go to college. I learned to make them like hers, as well as the sausage gravy to go along with them. We were excited to visit a restaurant with biscuits in its name. Biscuits, however, left a lot to be desired. They were not true country biscuits, and we left there disappointed because it was not what we expected, especially being in the South. I thought about this later. How many times do we expect something to be like what we have always experienced and been disappointed when it's not? Just because it appears different, is it wrong? Or is it just another experience to be lived and either adapt, or discard? Dear angels, it's easy to feel disheartened when our experiences don't unfold as we imagined. We may stand at the crossroads of confusion, wondering why things appear so different from what we hoped. Yet, you have reminded us that the divine plan is far greater than our human perspective can comprehend. Dear ones, when life doesn't look like you thought it would, just pause and breathe. Look deeper, beyond appearances, and listen to the gentle guidance of your heart. Every twist, every delay, every closed door is a part of the sacred dance of your soul's growth. Like a master artist blending unexpected colors into a masterpiece, the universe weaves beauty out of what seems chaotic and out of character. You are not abandoned in these moments of uncertainty. We are near, holding you in love and reminding you that miracles often come disguised. Trust the process. Have faith that the unseen forces of grace are working behind the scenes, aligning circumstances for your highest good. Embrace the unexpected with curiosity and hope. Often, what feels like a detour is actually leading you to something far greater than you imagined. Remember, the divine always has a way of turning the impossible into the inevitable. When things don't look as you expect, choose faith over fear. Lean into your heart, where the truth of divine perfection resides. Remember, you may not always get what you want, but you will be given what you need to become who you are meant to be. Breathe deeply, trust deeply, and allow the miracles to unfold. What's waiting on the other side is always worth the journey. Remember these powerful words from the psalmist. Let all that I am wait quietly before God, for my hope is in him. He alone is my rock and my salvation, my fortress where I will not be shaken. My victory and honor come from God above. Dear angels, today I promise to loosen my expectations and look at what is presented to me. So, yes, I'm a country gal, but I can appreciate that sometimes, even in the country, things might look a little different, feel a little different, taste a little different than what I experienced growing up. So it's not just the food, it's people, it's experiences, it's everything in life. If we hold a belief that it has to be a certain way, has to happen like this, right? Then it's not real if it doesn't happen the way I think it's supposed to happen. I think this is a really good message from the angels to just go with the flow. That's the whole thing. Just experience it without judging it, without saying, oh, that's not real. That's not the real deal. That's not what I'm used to. And then when we maybe unexpectedly get what we thought we wanted, that real deal, that taste of home, that maybe we grew up with, then it's a blessing. And it's not something that we say, I have to have it that way. It just feels like a blessing. Okay, so who do we have come in? Da, da, da. Oh, Brandy, thank you, honey. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a beautiful time right now being with my soul sister Ruth and prayers for your mom, Deirdre, for her doctor's appointment today. Well, Deirdre will be right there with you, hoping that all goes well. Good morning, Joanne. Thank you for being here. And it's tomorrow, your doctor's appointment. Okay. So today you get to stay with us the whole time. And Julie says it's 24 degrees where you're at in upstate New York. Oh boy. 25 feels like 15 to you, Brandy. Well, I'm going to be coming up to that state eventually, hopefully this year. And let's just bring in some good weather while I'm there. Joanne says, thank you for this message. This is so where I am at, confused by things that seem so out of character for my life. I've been telling myself to trust and to see the good. I've been struggling with what is and what I thought would be at this time. Yeah, so many times we see the things that are presented to us, and maybe it doesn't look like what our expectations were about the people in our life, the situations, the food, whatever it might be. And we have a longing for what our physical being, our human being, desires. And it may be that what's being presented is for our soul instead of for our human experience. Maybe it's time that we have a new experience. And that's what I'm thinking. That's why I think I had that experience that I did. And also because I was misbehaving, and I did order the biscuits and gravy, which I just know that I'm not supposed to be doing that as far as what my body will accept and be happy about. And it wasn't happy with it. And I only ate a few bites of it. I just couldn't even eat it, which is a good thing because I already had to take something to calm down the indigestion because I have given up dairy, which goes in the gravy, and I've given up bread. But I just had to try those biscuits, and yeah, I was disappointed. All right, so what else we got? Sally, you're having breakfast with Ben and Joe this morning. Awesome. I'm so glad. And Deirdre, thank you for our daily prayers. I'll put those on the screen in just a moment. Kathy Hand says that's a nice message, like the song. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need. Yeah, we really do. And sometimes we don't even realize that that's what we need. And so we fight against it, right? I'm a rebel. I fight against what it is and say, no, that wasn't what I asked for at all. God, don't you understand? Yeah, I argue. I argue with God. I argue with the angels. I argue with people. Like our Auntie Jean Lorio. Good morning, sweet Auntie Jean. Alrighty, so what else do we have? Hope. Good morning, beautiful Hope and Zena. And Brandy says, I hope to see you. Don't come until after February. You don't want to be here in below zero temps. I sure don't. I don't want to be anywhere in below zero temps. Not sure what February looks like for me. Maybe Florida. I don't know. In March, I definitely will be in Florida. And then I make my way out west after that and go out to Boulder. All right, so we are doing our prayers. Let me get those up on the screen. Julie will be in Florida until January 19th, until February the 16th. Can't wait to see the sun. I hear you. Yeah, the sun would be nice. It's cold and it's overcast here. All right, so let me put the prayers up and then I'll bring up the prayer list. Go. Thank you, Deirdre. Prayers for all humans, for Gaia and all who live on her back, for world peace, attention to human trafficking, There was a big bust of two human trafficking places in New Jersey yesterday, and prayers for my friend Vinny, who's been missing for over a week now. Oh my gosh. Well, let me see if I can put Vinny on the list before I pull it up. Let me just take a minute to do that. I feel like that's important. Okay, I have Vinny on there. Thank you, Deirdre. And Sally, thank you for the prayers for the lost, the lonely, the unloved, the forgotten, the homeless, and for those living in fear of another. Awesome, thank you. And thank you, Brookie. Brookie said, it makes me think of an old fuddy-duddy with a closed mind, non-appreciative of the potential gift of the present moment. Exactly. And also, kind of like when you receive a gift from someone and it's not what you expected it to be, and not being able to appreciate the gift, right? That's a part of the message as well. Appreciate every gift, and you never know that gift, even though it looks like a block of coal, it may be something that you really need at the moment. So Kuan Yin says, growing towards rebirth. It's easy to love the butterfly, a symbol of hope and emergence into new life. The path of the caterpillar may seem somewhat less blessed, yet without the caterpillar, the butterfly cannot be. Accept that which is ending so you can open up and receive that which is beginning. This is the flow of life. So, yeah, it goes right along with our message. You know, we might think, oh, we've been given a caterpillar. I don't like bugs, right? But that caterpillar doesn't stay a caterpillar. And that's the beauty of it. It transforms into something that we do enjoy, something that's so beautiful and so monumental in our world that we see it as signs from loved ones. Sometimes it brings us a message. So appreciate the caterpillars of life for sure. All right, let me turn these little birdies down just a little bit. They're a little loud this morning. Okay. And Kathy says, for those who cannot find time to make biscuits, there's a brand of frozen biscuits called Mary's that is pretty darn good. Well, I have to admit, yes, my mom made biscuits from scratch every morning, every morning. Biscuits and gravy and bacon and eggs, oatmeal, rice, whatever she put on the table. Excuse me. But years later, after I had left home and got married and came back to visit, she used canned biscuits. And I freaked out. And I'm like, what? You can't do that. But she did. And I had learned to make biscuits just like hers. And just there's just something special about those biscuits that you make from whipping them up from nothing almost. Good morning, Blue Jean. You're on the run today. Prayers for Dolly and putting Vinny in the grid. Thank you. And yes, definite prayers for our Dolly, who's undergoing a lot physically right now. Auntie Jean said, my body said stay in bed, but my heart said get up and check on the family. I love you all. Absolutely, we love you, Auntie Jean. And Brookie says, and how to ever manifest when we don't see what is often, sometimes right before our eyes, annoyed at the difference instead. Yeah, when we get that feeling of that isn't what I wanted, right? That's not what I asked for. We can get beyond that. then we get to the blessing. And we get to whatever it is that Spirit is trying to show us, this is what you need. And just love that. Love every minute of whatever we're given in life and see everything as a gift. All right, so I'm pulling up the list. It takes it a minute to upload, as you know. So keep putting in any prayer requests that you have. Just type them in. Good morning, Catherine Kovacs. And good morning, Isabel. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I'm going to be here in Nashville a couple more days. And we're going on a tour tonight to see the Christmas lights and see all of the beautiful houses here lit up with the Christmas lights and decorated, and the businesses. So I'm excited about that. And it's a redneck comedy tour of the lights. So that should be interesting. Maybe a few laughs along the way. Yes, Auntie Jean, Dolly has a broken tooth, I believe is what Blue Jean said, and needs to have it extracted. And they're expecting a winter storm, so it could be a little treacherous to get that done. Charlie, we're putting in the prayer circle. He is in the hospital and expecting to have a procedure done. So let's lift Charlie up as that happens, and it has to do with his heart. I talked to him a couple of times since he's been in the hospital, and his son is there helping to take care of Christine and worried about him. So let's remember Charlie and anybody else that's going through physical issues right now. And Kathy, prayers for all the people in the world who think they have no one to pray for them. Thank you, Kathy. Absolutely. Lifting up those that are, as Sally says, lost and alone right now. Hi, Sherry. Thank you for being here. All right, so on our Peapod prayer list, we pray for all the peace, peace on earth, attention to human trafficking, and support for parents going through addiction in any family member. Okay, let me get this where I can read it. There we go. Pachetta, Pachir, and Goofy, Aunt Mina and Neil, Navriti, Jasmine and her family, Anya and Myra and Ronnie, Billy Hawkins and her family, Sheila and Kevin Gooden and family, Gary Langford, praying for healing for him, Cecil Boone and all of my sister Loretta's family, Nola, Joanne Castrillo, her husband John, and their family, especially Jackie and her little grandson Eris, Dolores Cook, back in the hospital in North Carolina. Let's pray for her. Thank you, Catherine. I'll add that in after the show. Okay, where am I at? LZ, Elaine, Deirdre, and Thump, and Deirdre's sister Steph, and husband Bob, and Deirdre's going to the doctor tomorrow, so we're going to go there with you, Deirdre. Adriel, Joni, and Johnny, and Carl, Tia Fernetti, Mickey, Suzanne Millard and her family, and especially her son-in-law who is being deployed this month with the military, Jacob, Marietta and Ed, Leo and his family, Lakshmi, Ken, Jim, Ryan, Josie, Tom and Mary, Tammy Williams, Meg and Jim Loriot and their family, especially Catherine, and that's her sister, and Beth, her daughter, Jean and Ron Loriot and your family, Mary Lou Burdick and family, Catherine and Michael Kovacs, her family and fur babies, and she's asked for prayers for Fred going into the hospital to get heart surgery done, and for your mom, Lynn Evans, Rosalind Good Vibes, Jimmy Wright. I see I had already put Fred on there. Sally and Tony De La Rosa, and for Sally's grandson also being deployed, Kathy and Bob Hand and family, Colin, praying for a place for Colin to live, and for Marlena, Bo and Candy, Christina, Gage, Michael, Patty, Sonia, Paul and Marlene, Joe and his wife, Pat Moss and family, Becky LaFave and her son Travis, Erica Hoppy and her family, Corinne, Charlie Coons in the hospital right now, and lifting up his family. I know they're worried about him. Hope Wellington Marshall and Zena and your daughters, as well as your parents, Winston and Cynthia, Carrie Baker, Andrea Gregg, Catherine, Eric, John, Tatiana, Annie Seven and Grayson, and congratulations again, Annie, on your home. Cassandra and Destiny Ortega, Luz Orsini and her family, Christine Lewis, Gail and Nick Zimmerman, Jennifer and Micah, Oksana and your family, Herb, Caitlin and Aunt Gail, Isabel and your daughters, your husband, daughters, Beata with skin cancer and her daughter Juliana, Linda Lemieux and her sons and grandchildren, Linda's friend in Sarasota, Stacy and Josh Lord and their children and grandchildren, Mary Lord, Buster, Wayne, Blue Jean and Dave, lifting you all really high right now, and all your fur babies, and Dolly the horse, Chance the horse, and Shasta the horse. It's getting to be really cold up there in Vermont with winter storms moving in, so pray for all those outside animals. Lindsay, Aunt Inga, Rose Sermon, Gary McCorkle, Brookie and Dylan and sweet baby Max and your dad and all of your family, Brookie, your Aunt Jeannie, the Girardi family, Jeanette and Ernie, Sean, Lillian in Norway and all of her family, Kathleen Caputo, baby Wyatt, baby Divine, Kat, Steve, Candy and Pastor Bruce, the Deerfield Valley in Vermont, Alba, Dottie and Don, Grace Isis and her family in Kenya, Raymond, Darren Walker, Arthur Thompson, Karen Palmer and her family, Vicki King, Elaine Armstrong, Elena, Marianne, Henrik and Lorraine and John, Jeannie Aguilar, and praying for her grandson who will be undergoing surgery, Tammy Fisk and family, Lori, Kelly, Rochelle Martinez and her mom Rose, Stephen, Catherine, Ruth Anderson, who's with me right now with her sweet sister Anne and her family, especially her sister-in-law Sharon, Jeannie's sister Merle, the area of Boulder, Colorado, Dale Goldberg and family, Michelle, Crystal and Dean Nobles and family, Laura Hill, Julia Osborne, Sharon Rhea and family, Sherry Gatewood and her family, Hanaya Hummingbird, Tammy Hill and family, Phil B., Lynn Gallagher, Mary Quincoli and her friends and family in Florida, Irene and Eduardo, Eddie Quills, Jose, Michael Murdoch, Jessica, Vidal, Camilla and Nick, Lynn Andriozzi, Frank, Albie, Kenneth, Bobby, Monsi, uh, Akil and the Pakistan orphans, Yuri, Scott, Letitia, Mary, Joshua, James, Drake, Alicia Burns, Pat Knight, Kimberly, Ellen, Sue Seekoff and Richard, Dido Clark and Harry, Terry Gilstad, Chiara, Marissa, Allie, Bree, Claudia, Marianne Peach and family, Cassandra and Danny Gary, Linny, John Thaddeus Fiore, Kuka Carney and her family, Carol Fisher, Deborah, Violet, Walter, Sue and grandchildren, Janie Stamler, Claudel Jackson, Debbie Carol Hawks, Carl, Chris Blake, Dante, Jerry, Kaylee, Trevor Jordan, Richard Weber, Charlotte Abrahams, Michelle Landers and her family, especially her son and daughter, Kagan and Wyatt Linder, Barbara Kaufman McGillicuddy, Bradley Capone, Andy, Amanda Summer, Miles and Sarah, Joanne McConn Whitney, Jude Doughton, Karen Gibbons and daughter, Julie Kiss and your mom Cynthia, Courtney, Ryan, Pat, Sophia, Aaron Parker, Angelica Compamons, Peggy, Claire, Carrie Clegon Butcher and her family, Brian Hughes, Pat O'Connor, Yolanda, Sophie Barnes, Robin Waters Dykes and her family, Joey, Terry, Solar and Maya, Leanne, Pat, Joanne and Leo, Sam, Matt, Matt, friend of Marietta's, Charles and Nita, Yusha, Nancy Brodowski, EC, Jen and Norm, Keith, Joe H., Marisol Soto, Deborah, Tyler, Chad Ehlers, and daughter Mia, Dick Waters, Milton Carvajal, Tomas Diaz, Cameron, Boris Softman, Jacqueline Carvajal, and David Reiger, Sylvie Barnes and Aude Barnes, Gun Ellen Sundahl, Maria Mitchinson Higman Simpson, Lisa Jo Davis, Jordan, Lydia, Benedita, Rebecca Stewart Rickardson, Sonia Kay, Miles, Anjali Baha, Paula Graca, David Brett, Colleen, Dylan Hickson, Richard Barnes, Cole Grayson, Brandy Chari, JT, Francis Nalvin, Shauna, Danielle Riveron and family, Chris and Natika, Elise, Kara, Pam, Christine and Ed, Barbara and Diane, Kim, Catherine DeSanti, Mary Jane in Vermont, Carol Caruso, Val Meyer, Tasha, Jocelyn, Linda Kraft and family, Eric and John, Celestino Cosme, Darlene Ose, Paul G., Liam G., Pam, Andrea's friend, Pam, and Yvonne and Vanya, Daniel McGraw, Minna Brumley, Rebecca Sherman, Joe Ketterer, Gabrielle, Ina, Donna, Courtney, Nancy, Bailey, Jacob, Mary, Brian, Lily the puppy, Gabby Forrester, Don B., daughter and granddaughter, the Vega family, Laura, Lisa Capoli Matroni, Bobby, Elaine, Shiraz, Sharu, Sandy, Adil, Laura, Evelyn Smith, Beatrice, Amina, all areas of conflict in our world, the abused individuals and groups in our world, Ashley Miller, Elena, Susanna, Lana, Grace Anna, Kim Coles Vintner, Shoshana Sebring, Ilana, Stephen, Keith, LP, Adam Holmes, Bob Smith, Chris, Christina and Clint, Janine, Heather, Kim, Jennifer, Cassandra Brown Henry, Tim Smith, Mark Hunter, Pat, Ainsley, Grace, and Mom, Kathleen Viscomi, Betty, Judy Dorn, Kelly, Alma Jean, Jim Mershon's father, Rebecca Abraxas, Dana Rados, Darlene Trainer and her pets, Patricia, Jennifer Schwab and family, Steve Newman and Carol, Janet, Blue's sister Timmy, Margarita Estrada, Donna Sobel, and Donna has started undergoing chemotherapy, so let's lift her up high. Emerson, Diego Muga, Luisa Almeida, Patricia Torinas, Don Baker and family, Norman Ratner and Monica, Richard Scarborough, Richard James, Kathleen's cousin in Florida, Andre Latrulia, Kathy's co-workers and supervisor, Rose, Danica and Annette, Mike, Emmanuel from Zambia, Lucy's mom Mary, Thandi Williams Weiss and Vanette Hilma Mazel Cocajon, Justin Brown and family, James and Cyrus, Justina, Sheila, Hans, Sherry Graham, the Wilk family, Ken and Tabitha, Susanna, Kelsey, Aunt Una, Max Smith, Jackie, Jeremiah, Noel Marshall, and Vinny. So any that you have to add to the list, just let me know. And Auntie Jean says, so many prayers for Charlie, my gentleman brother. You always are there to help everyone. Please get better. We love you and need your wisdom. Chris and family, we are with you and holding you up. Eric, I'm so glad you're there to help. We are with you too. Thank you, Auntie Jean. Okay, so please speak to me clearly, Lord. Open my ears to hear your voice. Open my heart to commune with you more deeply. I want to feel your loving embrace. Open the doors that need to be opened and close the doors that need to be closed. And God, we lift up all of these prayers, all of our beautiful family. We ask that those going through their physical struggles right now be touched by the Master's healing hand. We pray that every prayer is seen and acknowledged and answered for the best and highest good. It may not look like our expectations, but we know from what you have taught us that we don't know all the answers and we don't know what things should look like, but you do. And thank you. Thank you for listening to our prayers. Now pray this prayer with me, please. Oh, thank you, Isabel. I will adjust that. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who came in this morning to join us for prayer time. Thank you for adding in prayers for your loved ones and those that we need to lift up higher. And where do we go? We go up, 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 and then we go higher yet. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And as I will go back through the comments and adjust that prayer list for next week. Okay, so it's time for some love. Have you missed it? Have you missed saying thank you, I love you in the morning time to those that are here? And you are so loved. I want you to always remember that, whether you see me on in the morning or not. I'm lifting you up and thanking God for you every morning. Every day when I wake up, I say thank you, God, for another day. Thank you for the people in my life that I love so dearly. And please keep them safe, keep them happy and healthy. And remember to say that. If you're struggling with something in any way, physically, emotionally, mentally, just say thank you. I am healthy. I am happy. I am perfect in God's eyes. Oh, you're welcome, Isabel, and thank you for letting me know. And we hold Diego's family close to us. Shoshana, hello. Thank you for being with us on YouTube. We have you in our prayers. Today is prayer day, and we just finished reading all the names on that prayer list. So right now, it's time to enjoy our Leo. Let me get that going, and let's share some thank you, I love yous. And I will certainly do.
Good morning, Earthlings. It's time to get up and get ready because today is the perfect day to have a great
Thank
day.
you, Sally and Tony.
Here we go. Come on, let's play. It's a beautiful day. If you woke up this morning,
Absolutely. Find that love. It is there.
so let me shuffle harmony. Do and me, mama, be on the lead wherever we may be. We create a portal where we
Thank you,
can be
Catherine.
together. The heart telephone is is always one phone call away. Calling all the guys, the angels, and the masters. Take a deep breath, we're going into a
Yeah.
dimension. Morning cup of full of joy every day. To start the
Aunt
day on a
Jean,
high
I'm
vibe,
so
we call
glad
the
you're
triple
here.
A. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy
Hope
every
and
day.
Senna,
To start
hello,
the day on a
hello.
high vibe, we call the triple
Thank
A.
you. I
Morning cup of
love you
full of
both
joy
so
with all
much.
the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Oh, Brookie, I certainly will. I'll make that adjustment after the show. Leo, Leo. Or as Doggaroos say, Lizos.
Full of light, full of love. Bottomless refuse, spilling out from the top.
Thank
Here,
you,
the coffee's
Isabel.
always hot and the trust is always yours. The sun is calling out to play, let's put on a show. Today's our day, we all
Brookie.
part of this game. Let's play to win. Love always is the winning team. And you can side with us, there is always no space in the pot. For more love, take a spot and get the day started. Morning cup of full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the triple A. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste.
Hey,
Morning cup of full of
y'all.
joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the triple A. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. Give me a cup of full of joy. Give me a cup of full of. There really is no secret. We simply accept,
Accept,
allow,
align,
allow.
allow.
Triple A, morning cup of full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the triple A. Morning cup of full of joy with all the bees and the pod. The daily mantra is thank you, I love you, namaste. Morning cup of full of joy every day. To start the day on a high vibe, we call the triple A. Morning cup of full of joy with
Oh,
all
you
the
got
bees and
it,
the pod. The
Shoshana.
daily mantra is thank you, I love you,
There
namaste.
you go. Now our Auntie Jean can see it. All right, who's gonna help? There we go. Auntie Jean's gonna help our Leo. Woo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you all so much. I'll be back on in about an hour. Ruth is actually right here. She's upstairs, but she's right here in the same place I am. And we're going to do meditation excavation at 10 o'clock Eastern Time this morning before we go out and about into the Nashville area. Stay in your hearts. Stay blessed. I love you so, so much. And I'll see you. If I don't see you again today, I will see you tomorrow for the morning cuppa. So much love, everyone. Bye for now.